Ladies and gentlemen, the next 15 minutes belongs to Mr. Sagnik Gupta, AVP Sales and Business Development at Yotta DataServices. Thank you, Yotta, for supporting the conference and the event in such a comprehensive manner. So, this is 15 minutes, but a very crisp technology presentation on banking on progress, establishing a new paradigm for BFSI through technology. So, Sagnik, over to you, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, IBEXIndia, for presenting me this opportunity, and Yotta for having me here as a keynote speaker for today's session. So since morning, we have been talking about technology, AI. So basically, the theme is banking in progress, right? So we are going to talk about banking, building a new paradigm for BFSI segment through technology. Use this for the slides. Right, sorry. So first of all, let us congratulate ourselves being Indians, because we are the third largest fintech ecosystem globally. And this is something that, is enormous for us to achieve as Indians, because we have brought in this kind of technology disruption globally, for which is also being, put across in one of the survey report by Statista. In fact, Gartner also talks about in one of its recent reports of 2024, where the CIOs and the technology experts are now looking at putting in more investments towards their IT budgets, their IT plans and strategies. So each of the CIOs and CTOs today, if you look at it from the kind of achievement that they have been establishing and achieving for last more than a decade, they are actually performing a role of a chief innovation officer, because they have been innovating new technologies. UPI is one of the biggest examples that we have today, and we are living by each day and night that we live our lives today. We also have a great synergy built in from these CIOs and CTOs, because they need to provide a lot of agility towards their business, bringing in more and more technology transformation, having agile infrastructure which absolutely keeps the business running 24/7. So also, as per Economic Times, if you see, banking has been one of the segment where it is not only given impetus to all the other industries, because that's one of the industry which you actually see impacts all the other industries' progress as well. So when having agile banking for every industry is important, so building a right technology and keeping it grow each and every day is extremely important. So how do we do it? As CIOs and CTOs and technology experts, what are those priorities which you built in while you are looking at building a new paradigm and innovating your technology trends and your technology expertise every day? First of all, having advanced technology talent. Having advanced technology talent, I think Mr. Ratan Kumar from Central Bank of India in the previous panel discussions actually spoke about the kind of challenges that he faces while building a talent pool. So having that in place is extremely important. Demonstrating the business objectives and the business value to IT is very important, because nowadays when you look at building your IT budgets and IT projects, you definitely need to build a business relevance and a business value towards your organization. Managing financials through technology. So basically, managing technology financials is all about, when you talk about your technology investments, how do you want to place your investments? Where do you want to place your bets? How do you want to strategize your investments and put in the money where you can actually efficiently get the productivity out of it? Fostering tech-enabled innovation, that's the cusp of the entire innovation landscape that we have been experiencing so far. Modernizing infrastructure and operations through cloud. So that's something very important, because it's one of the biggest debate that every organization, CTO and CIO has, that do I need to look at vertical scalability, or do I need to plan a horizontal scalability? And that's precisely because you need to know where to play your bets and how agile and scalable you can make your infrastructure as, right? Then putting across your risk and cybersecurity compliances, your ability to manage it, because that's something that every speaker touched upon while they were putting their comments about the topics that they were discussing. tracking the assets and tracking and assessing the disruptive trends. So when you go global, like India is a global economy now, and we have been doing a lot of disruptive innovations today, geopolitical situations, policies do impact us. UPI is one of the most adoptive technology. The kind of banking system we have is adopted by the globe. So we will definitely need to keep up to the kind of policies that the global economy would actually have an impact upon us, and that's one of the major challenges and the priorities that every CIO and technology expert will have. And then finally, keeping up with the compliances, because you need to be compliant. There are regulatory bodies which are actually observing you. You have almost every fortnight coming up with a circular from the regulatory bodies which needs to be checked and amended and kept in absolute compliance. So bringing on to you the tech trends that is coming in the BFSI segment today. First of all, IoT in finance, one of the oldest thing that we have been talking about IoT. Before, in fact, the AI was actually talked about so widely. So basically getting in more and more, reach to the end users, consumers. Like IoT, I mean, look at, your handles. You are having a banking service on your mobile phones, which is possibly not available more than two decades or a year or a decade ago. Talking about AI-powered advisory and asset management services, today we are actually having a lot of trends which is building upon giving intelligent insights about, a better loan processing, a better financial disbursement models, and that is something that AI is actually building upon and giving these kind of results to a lot of asset management companies. Generative AI in fintech is something that is bringing in more and more LLMs and models which actually can cater to better consumer experiences, bringing in more and more focus, automating and leveraging the current learnings or the trends that has been happening within the organizations and the industry so far, and bringing out a value out of it. Cybersecurity, a very important aspect, which is definitely a trend, because more and more attacks, more and more zero trust kind of experiences, the kinds of news that we keep on hearing about, these kind of incidents that come across within the banking segment is something that, is one of the most important priorities and tech trends of this industry. Cloud-based banking, a lot of regulatory bodies do suggest and do promote adopting cloud. However, it also depends upon, adopting cloud with caution. And that is something that, every tech expert would want to focus upon and do while they are adopting a cloud for their own infrastructure. Intelligent automation. So basically, when you talk about intelligent automation, I would like to quote Vida from Bharat Pay, who actually made a very good use case, presented a very good use case about, let's say, your transactions can actually bring out a difference in your credit score, which can actually be AI model, which can be built in for, having an automated system of building a credit score of an individual while you're making your transactions, your payments, your UPI payments, and etc. So that's something that which can bring in a lot of process automation and a lot of process efficiency when you're talking about AI as a technology. Open banking, definitely, we are looking at a lot of cross-platform banking integrations. As a consumer, I would want to have, and I'm sure each one of us will actually have a lot of apps which is actually giving us a lot of cross-banking platform integrations. So these are the APIs which gets integrated and gives us an experience to bank across the platforms and banking service providers. So now this brings me to a question basically for all the tech experts, CIOs and CTOs today. While you're doing so much and too much for your organization in terms of innovating, strategizing, planning your execution strategies and things like that, you would also want to have and make a choice where you're putting our investments upon that. Do you want to build everything in-house, or do you want to have a partner who can actually bring in these kind of value additions and build your infrastructure in the right spirit and the right space? And that's a decision that every technology expert would want to make, stating that I would prefer to have a partner who can actually take care of the infrastructure and I can possibly focus more upon building on that infrastructure the kind of innovation that I really want to. Yotta is there to help you and support you there. That is what we are. We are a completely as a service platform, integrated service provider. We are a digital transformation service provider which paves across right from a hyperscaler platform integrator to basically enterprise, government, PSUs across the segments. We provide cloud services, we provide managed services, we provide data center co-location services, and also internet services. And this, we do it with our large data center parks, which is spread across cities in India today. I'll definitely cover it in future slides. We would like to take you through about our two big, product platforms which we have today. One of which is Shakti Cloud, which you see. Shakti Cloud is AI-enabled cloud platform of Yotta. It is absolutely there to provide you the kind of agility you would want to run your AI models, train them, develop them, execute them, is what Shakti Cloud provides. It is powered by H100 cards of NVIDIA and L40S cards of NVIDIA. That doesn't mean that you don't have AI cloud models or infrastructure providers in the market, but then the kind of performance Shakti Cloud delivers to you is possibly more than 10x that any cloud provider or any AI cloud infrastructure would provide you in India today. I would cover Yantra in the next slide. In the meanwhile, I would like to talk about the other SaaS platforms. So when you look at the SaaS platform offerings on the slide, you will see Bank in a Box, you will see a lot of enterprise services, asset management services. Now, these are very industry-specific focused services. What Yotta has done differently is, Yotta has tried to solve certain basic problems that a CIO and a CTO and technology expert would actually have, answering on their daily life, and giving them the right set of solutions on as a service model. We also pave across a lot of infrastructure services, network services like SD-WAN, cloud connectivity, global connectivity of networks. We have our own general compute as well, which is Yantra Cloud, which I'll definitely talk about in the next slide, and then basic co-location and DC build services of delivering all these services together. Bringing you Yantra Cloud is basically our India's own sovereign cloud, which is hyperscale in nature. It absolutely delivers you the hyperscale capabilities of any cloud provider. It gives you a liberty of choosing from the bucket list what you want to operate on your cloud and how you want to operate on your cloud. Talking about managed services, talking about the network services, the compute offerings, the kind of database, operating systems, middlewares, and other plugins and APIs integration that you want. Yantra also gives you a single dashboard view of all your hybrid multi-cloud integrations of other hyperscale cloud providers, where you can have a single sign-on and a single page where you can manage your multiple cloud workloads. And that's something ease of life that Yantra can provide to you as your service provider. So how do we do it? We do it with our three major locations of data centers that we have built in last 4.5 years we have been into this business. The first that we came up with is Yotta NM1 Mumbai, which is located in Hiranandani Fortune City and Yotta Data Center Park in Panvel. This building is India's only TCOF, Tier Certified Operational Facility of Gold Standard, and Asia's largest Tier 4 Certified Data Center. It is situated in the park of 60 acres, which is basically a data center park offering 600 megawatt of IT capacity, IT power load capacity. We also have a data center park in Noida, which is one of the largest data center park in Noida in the north of India. It is one of the iconic data centers out there. So D1 offers you 5,000 rack capacity with approximately 29 megawatt of IT power, and the entire data center park is of 20 acres. We have recently launched our G1 data center, which is in Gujarat, Gift City. That's 350 racks approximately, giving you 2 megawatt of IT power. And talking about Gift City is one of the most talked about place for BFSI and IT hub as on today. It gives you lots and lots of benefits for your foreign trades, foreign customers, foreign partners to come and do business with you. So as Gift City provides you a tax exemption of corporate tax of approximately 10 consecutive years out of 15 years. It gives you STT benefit. It also gives you custom benefits. So this is the kind of offering that Gift City has, and Yotta G1 is right there at the Gift City premises to comply with all these requirements of your IT infrastructure there. Looking at the cybersecurity platform of Yotta, CSOC services that we offer, we are having all the leaders of the Gartner quadrant giving you the kind of prominent services of cybersecurity, right from your SOAR, SIEM, EDR, XDR, and all these services, which is definitely what Yotta does. Right from your perimeter management to the endpoint management, we pave across the entire gamut of your IT infrastructure, giving you as a service of cybersecurity. Bank in a Box, quickly to touch upon, it gives you the kind of data center, disaster recovery, managed services, automations, DRs, and everything to be given as a service offering to all this. In addition to that, we are the only one to provide Finacle Infosys platform, banking platform as a service model to all our banking customers. And Zoroastrian Bank is one of the banks which is already live with that with us. We are doing it with us with Infotech Limited and Edgeworth. So there we are actually providing core banking, and all the other optional banking services are available, but the base model is definitely coming with the core banking services and the other services along with the entire IT infrastructure management services. Quickly talking about the network piece, we have our own ILD license. We have our own LLD license. We provide our customers with own connectivity where we can provide them at a very cost efficient and a better SLA uptimes of network services and a cross-platform hybrid cloud integrations as well. Now, when you do all these things, apart from the other ISO certifications, I would like to highlight and talk about the RBI cybersecurity and data localization certification that this data center has. I think very few of them would have this. This definitely gives a lot of comfort to any tech expert that when you're looking at a partner who can provide your digital infrastructure, the kind of agility that you want, the kind of compliance you would want to have somebody who is equally compliant with this kind of certifications, apart from the regular certification that everybody has. These are certain esteemed client lists that we have. One of the only exchanges, apart from all the exchanges housing their data centers in-house, NCDX is the only one who is housing their data center in Yotta. We also have one of the largest private banking powerhouse available with us, hosting their services with us, which is ICICI Bank and their group companies. Bank of India, one of the largest PSUs that we are hosting with them. We have been hosting their DR with us, and many other that you see on the slide. Over 4.5 years, we have grown more than 800 customers, and that definitely speaks about the kind of commitment, the kind of value that we bring onto the table to our customers by providing them what they look at in terms of choosing a partner for supporting their infrastructure and giving them that agility with compliance. And that's for Yotta. That's Yotta for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sagnik, for contributing to the content and to the overall participation at IBEX 2024 in such a comprehensive manner. Please accept a small token on behalf of the organizers.